That's a very good question, and I think it's there are multiple sort of ways in which the police in Pakistan are trying to sort of sensitize the police in terms of how they respond to victims of abuse, female victims of abuse, victims who are sort of victims of rape, sexual assault, sexual violence. There's a lot of training that is offered by international organizations, by national organizations. But unfortunately, you don't see a lot of that training being put into effect and actually trickling down to the level of police stations. So that the impact of that is very incremental, if at all. But the other thing that I do feel, will be very useful, especially in the current context, is that we've seen a number of examples of resources being deployed for like women police stations, for gender protection units, for rape investigation units, for improving investigations of rape victims within police stations, resources being allocated to helplines that women can call in the case of domestic abuse and violence. What we need to see in the current context is whether these existing mechanisms and whether this existing apparatus is actually put to use, and whether these allegations that we're seeing today of women being mistreated or assaulted in police custody in the current environment, whether those resources are deployed to investigate those claims and take those claims seriously. Because I know that there is a lot of disinformation that's playing around. The police are quite, not taking these complaints very seriously. There's been a lot of pushback, and we're seeing law enforcement agencies coming and saying that these are fake news, these are fake reports. At the same time, these are incidents that have to be investigated. The number of reports and stories that we're seeing, they have to be, no matter whether a police officer's personal view is that these are fake news reports and fake stories, they need to be investigated. And there are clearly mechanisms and units in place to carry out those investigations and take those reports seriously. Because if they will not be taken seriously, then the police will not be sensitized to these issues.